Hello fellas, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, this evening on YouTube I have the Battle Britain group build. Video number 3 for my JU-87 Stuka, the Trumpets of Jericho. And folks, you go on quite well. A lot of progress has been made since the last video. And these car models, once you get going on these things, they actually build themselves pretty quickly. You know, this is going to be a fast build right here, and I'm not assuming about a good 2-week build it'll take me, but I'm getting my card modeling back into my soul now, so I should have this thing done by this Friday for the final reveal, and I'll think about bringing something else too. And so far on the construction, taking off the video too, I went and burnished all the seams in the fuselage, got them all smooth. And I gave it a couple coats of Krylon Clear. And after the Krylon Clear is dried, I did some more burnishing on the seams. And you fellas, you got to soften those. You got to soften those fibers in that paper. Because a lot of paper has got memory once it springs back to its normal form. So once you break those fibers down, the forms will actually conform to the way you want it burnished. So that's the general idea when it comes to burnishing on card models. It's very essential to do that. In other words, you have the hideous seams and they're an eyesore and they'll look good. And so you want to be able to blend them down nice and smooth, which is done here in the Stuka here. And I've got about almost 50 hours in this thing already. And it looks real good. And I've got the wings all installed. I got the horizontal stabilizer installed, and I think it was installed from last video. I believe it was. And I got the tail wheel assembly on. I did some more tuning up in the fuselage. Did a lot of burnishing. And next, I'm going to go ahead and put the 20 millimeters on the wings. Then I'm going to start going ahead working on the dive brake assembly. And last, I'm going to work on the spats, the undercarriage. And so after this video, I'm going to come back and do a little tuning up on her. She needs a little tuning up in a couple locations right there. And I think after that, she'll be fine and ready for the final reveal. So folks, I know the camera's friendly, I'm pretty friendly, and we'll swing over and take a look at this here Stuka, and I'll show you how much I got done on it. Okay boys, here we go. There she is, fellas. So far I got both wings on. There was a spar made out of cardboard, which I ran through the wing roots, through the fuselage, all the way up to the wings. Keep the wings nice and straight, guys, because it's very essential to keep those wings nice and straight. And as we turn, you can see how much I've done on this thing. I did a lot of tune-up on this thing since the last video. And one thing good about card models is you don't have to worry about painting, but a little bit of paint fills the bill of these things, because you got to have, fellas, you got to have some kind of a color on there, the color of the whiteouts of how the plane was assembled. In other words, if you don't, you'll have all these hideous pieces of paper on how it was constructed, and that takes away from the model. So I got pretty well how I want it right here. Wing walks are all on there. Wing walks were made using 320 wet and dried sandpaper, and they're glued down on the wings on appropriate. On the kit itself, it wasn't very molded into correctly for it, so it's more or less you got to add a little more detail to it than what they gave you on here. So this goes along pretty good, folks. I'm pretty well satisfied with this here, and we'll turn her on our back side, guys. You can see how the back side goes on pretty well. Like they had the dive brakes, the balancers, the bottom trapeze, spats. And I'm going to touch up an airbrush a little bit on it. I've been doing a little airbrush on this thing too to give it a little bit of age. And she comes out pretty good for me. I'm pretty happy. And this is made out of paper, folks. Nothing on this thing is made out of nothing but paper. And when you burnish them like that, they come real nice in there. This is smooth. And what I like about it, represents like a seam, how the airplane is actually put together. You take a look at the Stuka in life, it's really wrinkled a lot too. You can see a lot of stress on it, how this thing was put together. Those things actually were like built like a card model. They're sheet skinned over the wings, also in the fuselage areas, all sheet skinned. So they were a very, very well built airplane. I mean, Mr. Udad and Hans Rudel, they liked the Stuka, and the Stuka was a very beautiful airplane. Some critics out there assume that these things were obsolete before their time, and actually they were proven they were used throughout the whole World War, too. They were actually never forgotten. They were used throughout the whole war. So right now, folks, I'm going to go back and do some more tune-up on this thing a little bit. I'm going to do some more burnishing after this video. And I'm going to get another coat of Krylon on here to bring out the details. Other than that, she'll be ready for the final reveal. So at this video, I'm going to do a little burnishing on this thing, get it straightened out real well. And coming along fine, folks. It's coming along fine. So, and I should have this thing done by this Friday on the final reveal. I can't see why I should have not. So I think I'll burnish this thing and let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting out the dive brakes and get them all formatted and ready to be formed and glued onto the model. So that concludes video number 3 for the Battle of Britain group build of my GPM paper card kit, the Stuka 87B model. And I'll bring a video up to yours truly and finish up the video. Okay, guys, that'll be it for the night. I'd like to thank everybody for viewing my video on my Stuka for tonight, and it's going quite well. I'm very, very happy with it. So, like I say, guys, card models they have their own different method of construction. So, you got to have a lot of patience with card models because they build a whole different. You're in a whole different arena when it comes to building paper. And once it's done, the results is very gratifying and really astounding by the judges' eyes and people's eyes. A lot of people cannot believe something made like that made out of paper. Paper is just like anything else. There's tricks to it and everything else. And once it's mastered and learned, you can turn any paper model airplane or ship project into a masterpiece without no fuss or sweat. Okay, guys, I think Hans Rudel right now is going for a big mug of beer and some Braunschweiger and some red cabbage, and he's about ready for another bombing mission this Friday. So I can let him rest with the Stuka, and this completes video number 3 of the Battle of Britain group build and the Charles Scale Modeling, Ion International British Modeling. I'd like to thank him very much for starting this beautiful and gracious group build. And there's so much out there in the Battle of Britain, especially in the German arena. I think the Germans, they use almost everything. And so that completes my Stuka for the night, guys. So next video will be Friday with the final reveal of the Stuka. And I'll probably, before that, I'll probably bring out a kit entry for something else going on. And I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. So I got a few things I'll be bringing up. So I'll Stuka and let Hans Grudel rest for a while. And that'll be that. So I'd like to thank everybody out there for tuning in. May God bless, and please subscribe. Make Mama happy. And we'll catch you great fellas on the next video for the final reveal. So be back here this Friday. We'll have the final reveal for the Stuka, the Battle Britain group build. Thank you fellas. Take care, man.